Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Really cool project today, but before we get started, I just want to tell you about what's going on. I have a two-part series on this. I have a low, wide dresser that's going to be a 6-drawer dresser, and I'm building the carcass in this video. That's part one of the two-part series. I also had to build a high boy, so since I built the wide one and got that done, for the second part of the video, we're going to be making the drawers for the high boy right here. But as of right now, we're going to start the first part, and that's going to be the wide dresser, and I'll show you a picture of that, and then we'll get started on the drawers and everything in the second video on the high boy. So here's just a quick shot of the low dresser next to the high boy and some of the sets of plans here. Alright, now I'm just going to use my track saw to break down these sheets of plywood. Once I get them down to a manageable size, it's much easier to cut them on the table saw. Here I'm cutting both of the side pieces at the same time on the panel sled so that they're dead even. Here I'm just going to use my new router table extension in my table saw and cut a dado for the bottom shelf. Okay, so I'm just doing a dry fit here. You can see it's fitting really nice in the dados. Now that I know it's secure, fits good in the dados, what I'm going to do is set up some clamps, put some glue, and I'm going to tack it in with some brads. Now here I'm going to spread some glue, and then I'm going to attach the back stretcher with some pocket screws. Here I'm just marking out the center of the base, this way I can make a divider for the drawers. Now I'll start to mill some of the boards S4S, this way I can glue up a solid wood top. Now you can see that I have the top laid out to where I want it. What I did was I numbered each board. Now some of these joints, they still need some work. So there is a tiny gap in between some of them. Some of them are flawless, some of them are not. So I want them all to be flawless because we don't want any gaps in between. We want the glue to set and it to be solid. So I've numbered them 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what I'm doing now is making an indication toward each joint of where I want to pass them on the jointer to make them nice and flat. So I'm just going to run these through. Do a quick pass on the jointer, straighten everything up, and then we'll come back and glue it all up. Now here what I'm doing is jointing by hand, but I've clamped 2 of the boards together on edge. This way I'll get a flawless seam. Okay, now that I have everything where I wanted, I'm going to start the glue up process. Now I've cut the top to size, and I'm just going to attach it from the inside with some pocket screws. Now I'm just going to mill down some lumber for the rails and stiles. Okay guys, so that's all the time I have for this week to complete this project. I'm going to do this in a two-part series. This is part one. Next week I'll try to get to part two and complete it. We're going to do the drawers and add drawer slides in there and just a nice stop on the top to complete this underneath. Now the solid top worked out real nice, and this is all 2x6s and a 2x4, all milled down to just under 1 inch thick. I think it was 7/8 thick, and joined those all together, glued up the panel, and it worked out real nice. Pocket screwed it down from the inside so there's no fasteners on top. I made the stiles and rails and the bottom base molding out of 2x4 and build that down. That worked out real nice also. So next week we're going to work on the drawers. We're going to do 1/2 inch plywood, and then we're going to make a nice 3/4 wood front for the drawers, and then we'll be all done. All right guys, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so that you can see the second part of this video next week. You'll get notified when I upload it, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. See you next time.